what's going on? I'm your host, Victoria, and this is CHS Radio, the second edition. So, get ready to hear some of the latest on different medias and become knowledgeable on them too, and have your funny bone tickled. Yes, your funny bone. Some exciting news I have for you today is that in this edition, we have a new segment coming straight from the digital world by Matt. I'll let you take a guess on what this new segment is till we get to it, so stay tuned. Also, I have a little something new where I'll be wishing some listeners a very happy birthday. So, let's jump right into this podcast and enjoy. First, we have Serena with our announcement segment.
Hey everyone, it's Rachel here, filling in for Serena. We've got quite a few announcements for you guys this issue. First off, who's going to Calvert Goes Wild? Calvert Goes Wild is at the Maryland State Zoo on Friday, June 19th. The cost is $10, but it includes the admission for the zoo and a t-shirt. And you'll be able to meet some of your classmates and teachers. How cool is that? So check in Moto for the registration. Hey artists, did you get those designs in for the t-shirt contest? It's ending soon, but it's not too late to submit a design. We need at least 10 entries before we can vote, so why not, right? Drop something boss and submit your work to Mrs. Capello today. For all you geography students, you ready for that exam? I sure hope you are, because it's approaching fast. The exam is in May, so check with Mrs. Macaroni to see what you should be doing for last-minute preparations. Our two clubs, Calvert Voices and Broadcast Journalism, are still going strong. You want to join in? If you do, Calvert Voices is on Tuesdays and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern in Mr. O'Brien's classroom. The Broadcast Journalism Club, which includes CHS Radio, the video yearbook, and some other fun stuff, is on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern in Ms. Radacci's classroom. Another new addition, Breeders Theater, meets in Ms. Radacci's classroom on Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern. The video yearbook is a recent development, and we need everybody to send in a picture of themselves. The final date for pictures is May 15th, so please try to get everything in before then. Students also need a note from their parent or guardian that their pictures can be included in the yearbook. For everyone in the Creative Writing Club, on May 14th at 11 a.m. Eastern, Trisha Woldridge is coming back. She'll be talking about the editing process in Ms. Radacci's classroom. Plus, if you submitted a piece of your writing, please make sure that you're there to get her professional critique. Sadly, Friday fun rights are over, but in May we'll still be getting together from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Why? Because we need to collaborate on a Readers Theater production. The production will be worked on in the first half of May and will be produced in the other half of May and early June. All of you are welcome to be actors. Also, you'll be working with us, the Broadcast Journalism Club, because of course it's going to be part of our upcoming podcast. So please, join in the fun! Finally, we've got an announcement from Corey for our school's summer-long program Get Active Calvert. As an advisor and founder, he wants to make an event that anyone can do virtually anywhere. He challenges everyone to complete at least one of the weekly challenges per month. That's not a lot to ask for, even if you wait for special themed weeks. And Calvert instructors and staff, please feel free to jump in too. That's it for this issue, so catch you guys next time.
Next, hear what storms are raging, where skies are blue, skies are clear, and where the sun is shining. The weather segment.
Hey, this is Naomi, and welcome to Weather Around the World, where you get to stay up to date on the weather worldwide. The first city to have its weather reported is Los Angeles, which will see sunny skies all week from May 5th to the 12th. Highs will reach around 70, and lows will mostly be staying in the 50s. It may be a little cloudy on this Friday, May 8th, however on May 12th it is expected to shoot up to 80 degrees. Our next city is Chicago, which will be having quite the warm-up the next few days. The high will stay in the 70s for most of the week, hitting about 80 on Saturday, May 9th. However, there will be some cloudy weather, and rain showers are to be expected on the 7th and the 8th. Thunderstorms are even possible on the 9th. Baltimore will be having similar weather, with highs in the 70s for most of the week. The high for Monday, the 11th, will reach 84, as will the high for the 12th. There will be some rain on the 7th and the 8th, and thunderstorms will roll in a little bit later on the 10th and the 11th. Those are all the US cities that are going to be featured right now. Now across the Atlantic. London is going to have highs in the mid-60s all week, and it will be cloudy on these days as well. Rain showers will kick in on the 7th and the 8th, followed by more cloudy days. The lows will stick around in the mid-40s, with the 12th having a low of 47 and a high of 67, making it the warmest day of the week. Tokyo will be having some nice weather, with highs in the mid-70s. There will be some rainfall on the 6th and the 7th, with much heavier rain to be expected on the 11th. Early on the 12th, though, there should be some lighter rainfall. Finally, we're going to head down under to Sydney. There the highs will be close to 70, with the lows in the 50s. The days will mostly be sunny, and a few rain showers will occur on the 10th and the 11th. It will then go back to being sunny with very few clouds on the 12th. That was Weather Around the World. Listen again next time to hear about what's going on weather-wise in other cities worldwide. The information presented in this segment is courtesy of timeanddate.com. Thanks for listening.
So now, we will be ending your agonizing suspense of waiting to hear what the new segment is going to be. The new segment is going to be video games. Let's listen to Matt and learn what's going on in the video game world.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our little corner of the world. This is Matthew Lavelle here with this month's video game segment. This week Blizzard fans saw the release of the next wing of the expansion to Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft, a free-to-play collectible card game found on Blizzard's Battle.net launcher. In the new single-player adventure, Blackrock Mountain, this week's players gained access to the Blackrock Spire, and faced the bosses High Lord Amok, General Druckasath, and Ren Blackhand. Those who defeated them all received the cards Core Rager, Dragon Consort, Dragon Egg, and Ren Blackhand himself. In the wonderfully fun class challenges, those who were victorious were rewarded with the Twilight Whelp for priests, and the Volcanic Lumberer for druids. Between now and the next episode, it is expected that the year's anticipated Homestuck game by Andrew Hussey and What Pumpkin Studios will be released. Hiveswap's first installment in the episodic release has no set date, but Hussey has expressed his wish to have it out before the tail end of April. Whether or not that will happen, we'll have to wait and see. In other news, the absolutely bug-to-high-heaven Goat Simulator has been recently ported to Xbox One, which met with mixed results. More bugs than ever, which were fun for some, horrendous for others. Which side are you on? That's all I have for you this time. Tune in next time for Cahil's video game segment. This is Matthew Lavelle. May the fun and the luck be with you. Have a great day.
Next, get ready to break down in tears, have your curiosity piqued by that new series, or be appalled in anger, saying, "Why in the world did that show get renewed?" Listen to Rachel as she talks about cancellations, renewals, new shows, and recommendations for television.
Hey folks, welcome back to CHS Radio's TV division. I'm Rachel, here to give you the latest news on your favorite TV shows. Want to know what got renewed, what's new, and what's on the chopping block? Sit down and kick back because you're about to find out. The Netflix original series Bloodline, starring Kyle Chandler, was picked up for its second season, which is actually surprising really because it just aired back in February. Usually these things take forever to get renewed. I may have to check this one out. It's a thriller exploring the demons lurking under the surface of the modern family. Fox's new comedy Last Man on Earth was renewed for its second season. This one is about a man who ends up being, as I'm sure you've guessed, the last man on Earth in the year 2022. I wonder if that's as a whole or if he's literally just the last man on Earth. Did all of the women survive? Now I know a lot of people will be excited about this one. House of Cards is getting a fourth season, which is entering production this summer. Keep an eye on Netflix for its return next year. So apparently Amazon has jumped on the bandwagon of making its own shows because it just renewed its series Bosch, a drama following a detective on trial for the killing of a serial murder suspect. Showtime's hit comedy House of Lies just got a fifth season consisting of 10 episodes. So I didn't realize I wanted to add this into my segment until now, but return dates are everything to a TV lover. And if I could ever find out when my favorite shows are coming back, then it would only be right to pass on the information. I'm trying very hard not to shriek right now because I finally learned the exact date that Cedar Cove comes back. The Hallmark show based on Debbie Maycomer's book series will return to make your heart sing on July 18th. It's already returned, but I don't even care because this is like recommending shows to you without taking any slots in my actual rec section. Finding Carter came back to MTV on March 31st, and better yet, it started right where it left off in the season 1 finale. No loose ends! Okay, so I would like to note that if you were reading this, you would be seeing lots of exclamation points. The USA series Suits returns on June 26th, and as usual, the events of the finale left me sitting on the couch screeching and staring at the TV with something akin to fear on my face. So this one I'm excited for. BBC's Hannibal comes back 22 days before Suits on June 4th. How dare you guys get your show before us? I'm So offended. Under the Dome is back 1 day before Suits. 1 day. Are you kidding me? Anyways, that's back to CBS on June 25th, and now that I've remembered how last season ended, I'm going to go curl up on the floor. Well, I guess I have to at least finish my segment first. Finally, Pretty Little Liars comes back for its 7th season on June 30th. Its 7th season. When did that happen? Now, on to the part that we all love. Was that sarcastic enough? Auction House Hunters will be ending after its 5th season, which starts on April 11th on Spike. Okay, so I'm 99% sure that you all already know this, but I'm going to include it anyways just to remind you of the soul-crushing despair that it brings. It was confirmed that Downton Abbey will be ending after its 6th season. I guess it's good that they want to quit while they're ahead, but it's still devastating. They did say that they can't rule out a spin-off, but they're not even planning one yet, so... Excuse me while I go lie down and refuse to move for the rest of ever. Because they refuse to renew and cancel more than 0.5 things a month, that's all for the cancellations. There are, however, lots of new shows, so hopefully some of them will last. TNT announced a new crime drama, Public Morals, set to air on August 17th. Set in 1967, Public Morals focuses on the New York City's Public Morals Division, where cops walk the line between morality and criminality as the temptations that come from dealing with all kinds of vice can get the better of them. I am a complete sucker for period dramas and TNT shows, so I have my fingers crossed that this will be awesome. On August 6th, the new comedy called Mr. Robinson will be airing on NBC. This one follows a musician that takes a job as a substitute high school teacher to make ends meet. Whether or not she plays a major character, I don't know, but Amandla Steinberg is going to be in this series. On the very day I wrote this script, April 10th, Netflix released its original series Daredevil, set in the beloved Marvelverse. It follows Matt Murdock, blinded as a child at an accident that also left him with extraordinary senses. He sets up practice in Hell's Kitchen, New York, where he's a lawyer by day and vigilante by night. First of all, say what? That sounds awesome! Second, like all other cool sounding Netflix series, this one's TVMA. However, since my initial recording, I have watched 7 episodes, and I can vouch for the fact that the rating is mostly in the way of violence and swearing with a bit of gore. If that kind of thing doesn't bother you, you need to check the show out ASAP. It is amazing, and Foggy Nelson is the best character of all time. So is Matt, but that's totally besides the point. Finally, AMC announced a new sci-fi show called Humans. Set in a parallel present where the latest must-have gadget is a highly intelligent droid known as a synth. They're so similar to their live counterparts that the technology is drastically transforming the way people live their lives. First of all, oh my god, sci-fi. This sounds awesome. Second, apparently this is the very same Humans starring the Colin Morgan of BBC's Merlin. As if I wasn't excited enough. This one starts on June 30th, and I think I need a paperback. Alright, I promise we're almost done, but before you roll your eyes and slump into your chair wondering when this overexcited chihuahua of a teenager will stop talking, we have to do the best part. Recommendations! Yes, I get to add to that 40-foot-long list of shows that you plan on watching. For this edition, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to watch one of the most soul-crushing shows ever. It's called Almost Human. The show isn't actually sad or anything, but it only has 1 season. And I'm sure you just dropped whatever you're holding, like this maniac is recommending me a show that's only 1 season? Something I will get attached to, something I will cherish, that I will never get answers to? Yes I am. It's only 13 episodes, but the main characters are played by Carl Urban and Michael Ealy. And if an awesome cast isn't enough to get you to watch it, I guess I could tell you what it's about if you really need me to. The year is 2048, and technology is advancing like nobody's business. Unfortunately, that means the crime rate is too. This sci-fi drama follows John Kennicks, a human, and his synthetic partner as they fight to keep up with criminals taking advantage of this amazing new technology. I miss this show so much. That's all from me for now, but be sure to tune in next time to have your soul torn to shreds by the latest cancellations and simultaneously mended by renewals and recommendations. See ya!
Hello everyone, it's Victoria. On the behalf of everyone on the whole CHS Radio team, we'd like to wish a very happy birthday to some of the CHS Radio listeners in the month of May 2015. So, without further ado, I'm going to wish you guys a happy birthday. Feel free to laugh because this attempt should be very hilarious. Happy birthday to Jared. Happy birthday to Omar. Happy birthday to Charlie. Happy birthday to you all. If you want a chance to have your birthday announced on the podcast, email us at chsradiobirthdays@gmail.com. Happy birthday once again, guys. Coming up, we have an interview with one of our Calvert Academy teachers, Miss Radachi.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Teacher Feature here on CHS Radio. I'm Corey Bauer and today I am with Miss Julia Radachi, an English and Civics teacher here at Calvert. Let's get started. So, what inspired you to start teaching?
Actually, I got inspired to start teaching. I was working as a television director, and it took me a little bit of time to master how to direct a newscast. But once I did, I realized that I really missed learning, and I thought about how much I loved teaching, as I would often teach video stuff to other students when I was in college. So then I went back to get my degree in education, and here I am teaching.
Pretty cool. Alright, so what would you say has been your favorite experience at Calvert so far?
That's a really tough question. I think my favorite experience all relates back to the students, which I know is kind of a vague experience, but all the students are so awesome, and it's been great in particular working with the Broadcast Journalism Club as well as the Creative Writing Club.
Why, thank you. So how long have you been teaching either online or in a brick and mortar school?
I started working at a brick and mortar school. I did my student teaching for 7th and 8th grades in 2003. And I taught language arts and social studies then, so it was kind of like a bridge to this. And shortly afterwards, in 2004, I began working online in education, starting off as a writing tutor for college students, and then becoming a teacher for gifted and talented writers in middle school and high school, and now working at Calvert, of course.
Sounds like you have a long history.
I do.
Okay, and what would you say are your hobbies outside of the school day?
Well, I love music, and I play a couple different instruments, mainly organ and piano, and I'm dabbling a little bit with guitar and the clarinet. I have played a lot of different instruments throughout my life, and music has always been very, very important to me. And I also enjoy spending time with my family and our pets. And we have 3 dogs, 3 cats, and 2 birds. And some people say that would be a full house, but it's just perfect. And I also love to play tennis when it's not cold and rainy or snowy outside. And I also really enjoy taking a walk in the park after I do play tennis. Yeah, I guess that's it. Go ahead.
Okay, well, that sounds like you're quite busy. Okay, so what was your favorite subject while attending school?
My favorite subject was definitely English. I always loved reading and I always loved writing. So you put those 2 things together, and that was definitely my favorite subject.
Alright. We're kinda gotta get out of this school-related stuff now and get into some miscellaneous stuff. What would you say is your favorite food?
My favorite food? That would be a very difficult question. A couple things come to mind. I'm gonna say 3. 3 favorite foods. Chocolate is definitely one of them, as everyone who took government already knows. I also really love pizza, and I love pasta.
Alright. And what would you say you enjoy doing with your family and friends? Like that one thing that, you really just like to get out and do?
I think my favorite thing is actually taking a walk in the park, because I love being able to meet my friends there, and we just walk around and we talk a lot, and that's just a great way to reconnect and also enjoy nature along the way too.
Alrighty. And I've got one last question here to finish out. What would you say is your favorite childhood memory?
It's actually probably when my mom would read to me. She would always read to me when I was young, and then, as I got older and was able to read myself, then we would read together. But it was just wonderful being able to not only spend time with my mom, but also do something that we both loved together.
All right. So, sounds like you got a lot that you like to do, and thanks for spending time to speak with us today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, that has been Teacher Feature for CHS Radio, and we'll see you next time.
Always, new musicians and experienced musicians are always coming out with new content on iTunes. There is honestly so much on iTunes, and it's always constantly adding more, and just music news in general, it's hard to keep up with. That's why we have Rachel and her music segment. So, to the music segment with Rachel.
Hello everyone, I'm your host Rachel, back and ready to welcome you to CHS Radio's Music Corner. Whether you listen to rap, pop, or show tunes, I can give you the latest news from the music world. The up-and-coming pop star Shawn Mendes released his new album Handwritten a few weeks ago. Some of the songs, such as Strings and Something Big, have quickly become hits. The Zac Brown Band's latest album Jekyll and Hyde was released on April 28th, featuring their new hit Homegrown. The 90s rock band Muse announced that they plan on releasing a new album called Drones on June 9th of this year. 2 of these 10 songs can already be downloaded on iTunes. On June 2nd, the utterly amazing Florence and the Machine will release a 16-song album called How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. Breaking Benjamin's album Dark Before Dawn is set to come out on June 23rd, 2015. This one will also contain 12 songs, 2 of which are already up for download. As usual, iTunes has a random flux of free music, and currently there's a song by YouTube sensation Max, so I would totally go check that out if I were you. Now, let's get to the good stuff. I'll give you a list of songs and bands that have stolen my heart, as well as some suggestions for programs and websites to check out. We'll start with the latter. Last time I talked about Spotify, but this time I'll be talking about iTunes. If you were here last month, you'll know that my iTunes self-destructed, but I am very happy to report that after restoring my computer to its factory settings, it's back up again. The Apple program is a great source for news and an awesome place to find all of the nooks and crannies of music. I myself have spent hours browsing even the smallest parts of iTunes, and I've discovered some of my favorite bands that way. In addition, the store offers free music, which changes every few weeks, ranging from hole-in-the-wall bands like the Franklin Electric to big names of this generation like London Grammar. The audio playback is also fantastic and easy to use, allowing you to create as many playlists as your heart desires. I don't have any websites for you this time, but I do want to make a note of last edition's feature, Last.fm. I forgot to mention the single best part of the entire website. They do free music as well. I'm not talking, hey, look at this one band that no one has heard of, and oh, hey, look, it's in a different language. I'm talking Ed Sheeran, Marine and the Diamond, Passenger. It takes a bit of time to sift through all of the artists, but it's so worth it if you've got the time. Enough babbling about programs and stuff, it's time for the music recs. Okay, so this is also a sort of side note to last edition because I cannot believe that I left this out of my rec for the songs from Suits. Medicine Man by the Bamboos featuring Ella Thompson is everything. It's very upbeat and a total jam song, plus it played in a scene with Donna, so obviously it's worth a listen. And really, I wasn't going to include this one, but it also played in Suits, and it's really great, so I may as well throw it in here. It's Looking Too Closely by Fink. So, I discovered something strange since last month. If you ever ask me what kind of music I like, I will undoubtedly respond with something like anything except stuff that can be categorized as screamo. I didn't realize the full extent of this statement until recently, when I discovered Andrea Bocelli. When I discovered that I like contemporary opera. The first song that I heard by him, and the one song that I listened to on repeat forever, is Conte Partiro. His entire romance album is amazing, and you should totally check it out. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that likes to listen to music while they study, and after browsing Spotify for a bit, I found the most amazing band called General Fuzz. They're one of those chill instrumental bands that you can never really figure out how to describe because they're not electronic, but they're not classical. Their music is so calming and peaceful and perfect to study to. My top rec for them would be Comfort Zone, but you should totally check out the Jam. To make life even better, Last.fm has a ton of free downloads for their music, including Comfort Zone, so download them with haste. While I'm talking instrumental, I'm going to go ahead and tell you all to listen to the single most amazing composer of all time, Olafur Arnalds. Arnalds is really amazing when it comes to capturing the emotion in a song, whether it's for a soundtrack or standalone. My recommendations for him would be Near Light, Old Skin, and Erla's Waltz. Oh snap, and while I'm at it, I'm throwing one last song out here because I cannot resist. Autumn Love by Thomas Bergerson. This may actually be the best instrumental piece I have ever come across. It's one of those songs that you turn on and calmness just instantly washes over you. At least for me, anyways. Finally, we have my recent discoveries for this issue. Mr. Right by A Rocket Ship to the Moon has become one of those songs that you just wake up singing. It's an alternative song with an awesome tune and beat and rhyme scheme and It's awesome at any volume, but I highly suggest cranking it up and jumping around for the duration of the song. The second one basically fits the same description and is Safe and Sound by Capital Cities. The final two are Masquerade by Tokyo Hotel and Moments by Anne Jennifer Dudley. Thank you all for tuning in. Please let me know if you listened to any of the recs for this issue and liked them over at chsradio.tumblr.com/ask. As always, you can keep up with my musical shenanigans by adding Llama Llama 33 on Last.fm. Stay tuned for a cover of I Got Mine by the Black Keys by Calvert's own Jared. See ya!
We hoped you have enjoyed the second edition of CHS Radio, and will tune in next month on the first Tuesday of the month for the next episode. If you liked this episode or we somewhat entertained you, you can find more on our website, podcast@chsradio.org. Or you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Google Plus as CHS Radio. We thank you for listening, and once again, I'm Victoria, and this is CHS Radio.
Hey everyone, it's Rachel yet again, filling in for Serena. This show included a cover of I Got Mine by the Black Keys. The information for this edition was collected from iTunes, Is My Show Cancelled, Return Dates, and timeanddates.com. Whether you listen to rap, pop, or soul tunes, the up-and-coming pop star Shawn Mendes recently released his new album. No, it was weeks ago. Stop recording.
We'd like to wish a very happy birthday to some of the CHS Radio listeners. Lizards. The CHS Radio lizards. You are now transformed into a gecko. A gecko. Why not a kimono dragon? Or just a dragon. Does a dragon count as a lizard?
On June 2nd, the utterly amazing Florence and the Machine will be releasing a 16 albums in one day. Congratulations! Hello everyone, and really, hello everyone. Messed up already. The audio playback is also fantastic. The audio playback, I want to watch Sky High. I should do, okay. It takes a bit of, I discovered there is a C in this word. I discovered that there is a C in discovered. Okay. It's an alternative song with a tune and beat and it has a tune and a beat and a rhyme scheme. Isn't that interesting? That just sets it apart from every other song. So apparently Amazon has jumped on the bandwagon. Yep, because it just renewed its series Bosch, a drama following a detective on trial. Okay, one more time with feeling. Okay, gum, please, can you not?
Hello everyone, and it's Victoria. I know my name. That's all I know. That's great. Perfect. That's the main thing you need to know in life.
It's already and if an awesome cast isn't enough for you to get to watch it, what I wanna be this just in, everything crashed. Repeatedly. Take 390.
What was that?
I'm sorry. I know, I was all like, yeah, all this time my phone does not ring at all today. And then all of a sudden, they're like, okay, forward, and it's like, Matata. That was funny.
Hello everyone, I'm your host Rachel, back to... While I'm talking instrumental, While I'm talking composure is everything. Please make sure that you're there to get her... Finally, here's an... I'm going to cry. I'm gonna punch myself.
Next, we'll be ending your agonizing suspense of waiting to hear the next segment is, why am I laughing?